So in addition to what Hunisha said, one thing I noticed was where a lot of our theoretical concepts were directly applied. So I think the market is perfect competition. So all of that which we have studied is very much in place in the simulation. The way information is available, the way we take decisions. And initially, the way we keep hearing that it gets difficult once you enter corporate. You have to factor in a lot of things. We also had a lot of fights within our teams. We should do it this way, we should do it that way. And I think that was also a very good learning experience because it's not that one person is right or wrong, but you have to factor in all perspectives and get the best outcome. And even if you look at it from other aspects, I think a lot of our theoretical learning concepts, like we keep hearing that finance and economics looks at money from different angles. So that was again a constant disagreement me and Hunisha kept having. So these are like certain things which I noticed which are directly applied to a real market scenario. And in addition, I think it was very comprehensive with all the departments, all functions being covered. And one last thing is that I'm very grateful to Sir because he was supportive throughout. Whether the team was doing well or even if they were struggling, he was there to tell us and push us to do better, do this, do that. So
typically, how you were preparing during the week, for the decisions? Can you just throw that?
Yeah. So initially, when we just started off in the practice rounds, it took us a lot of time. Is this supposed to be done a certain way? How is this going to affect? So maybe we used to have our lectures at Thursday 1 to 2 was the slot roughly. So then once we would go home, we would read up a little. We would sit on Google Meets for 2-3 days. Initially it took like 3 days roughly to understand what is going on. But later on, once we sort of got into the rhythm, we could do it much quicker. We basically got a bit better at dealing with the whole situation. But yeah, it did take, let's say, a day at least even towards the end. So it took some time to take those decisions, factoring everything.
So mostly your interactions were happening on Google Meet during the weekends or other times.
Sometimes we met in college also.
But that was mostly to manage all our schedules because of the different subjects that we have. So we weren't able to make time in college. So we would eventually end up doing it at home. And
because being a non-credit subject, they have to still put in a lot of efforts, even at the home.
But just to add to the other things, like he also said that by now we have all worked in these kind of teams or the same kind of people for a lot of presentations as well. But this was still an experience that added to our team building capabilities and how to work in a team basically because we were put in a different environment which we were never put in early on. So I think that was also very helpful. Like we did have the fights, but we did also learn how to come up with the most optimum decision.
And usually most of the way we have done team effort so far is usually for a particular presentation. Nothing has been so extensive that for almost one semester we are working together to a common goal. Plus there's a lot of competition from other teams at the same time. So I think that was very fun and challenging in that.
So because you were asking about how we made the decisions, I think we got exposure to analyzing data. So although we have other subjects as well, but this was more of we were analyzing the data from the same perspective over 8 rounds. So I think that was also helpful to get some hands-on experience.
Okay.